Okay, let's get into this. When you picture woodworking, what's the first thing that pops into your head?
Hmm. Probably, tools, lots of sawdust, maybe.
Yeah, sawdust, the smell of wood,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like a finished table or something.
Exactly. Something solid, something you built.
Right, we focus on the physical thing, the object. But what if? What if the real change, the big transformation, isn't just the wood getting shaped?
What if it's actually shaping the person doing the work?
Precisely, shaping you.
That's a really interesting angle because you're right. We see the finished bookcase, but we don't necessarily think about the internal shifts happening.
And that is exactly what we're diving into today. We're looking at these maybe surprising life skills that woodworking helps develop, skills that go way beyond just the workshop.
Yeah, skills you can use anywhere, really.
And for this, we're drawing quite a bit from some really insightful excerpts, particularly one called Woodworking, Crafting Skills for Life. It
Yeah.
does a great job highlighting these hidden benefits.
And it seems other resources point that way too, suggesting how maybe having structured guidance like big project libraries can actually speed up learning these things.
Which is fascinating, right? The source material really shows how every little interaction, picking the wood, making a cut, sanding it down, engages your brain, your emotions even.
And these aren't just woodworking skills, they're skills for life. Adaptability, resilience.
Right. So our mission today, let's unpack these hidden skills. We
Yeah.
want to show how a hands-on craft like this can be, well, a journey of personal growth.
And how those skills apply day to day, even if you never actually touch a piece of wood yourself.
Exactly. Seeing the craft, the process, and how it changes the person.
It's about understanding how that deliberate physical act of creating something,
Yeah.
how it molds us cognitively, emotionally. It's a real path to self-improvement.
Couldn't have said it better. Okay, so the first big skill the source points to is problem solving. And I mean, every project in life, right? Building a career, fixing the sink.
Or building a cabinet. Yeah, the article really stresses this. In woodworking, hitting unexpected problems isn't just possible, it's basically guaranteed.
Like what kind of problems?
Oh, maybe a cut isn't perfectly square. Or the wood grain does something totally unexpected.
Or two pieces just won't line up right.
Exactly. And these aren't just annoyances, they're crucial learning moments. They force you into what we could call constraint-based problem solving.
Constraint-based, I like that. Because wood has limits, right? Its grain, its size. You can't just ignore that.
Precisely. You have to work with the material within its constraints. You can't just wish it was different. You have to find a real solution with what you've got.
They must build resilience. You
Yeah.
can't just get frustrated and walk away. Well, you could, but
But you learn not to. You learn to pause,
Mhm.
look at the situation objectively, and then figure out a different approach. Okay, plan A didn't work. What's plan B?
it's turning those oops moments into useful information, not just failures.
Exactly. And think how useful that mindset is. Fixing a software glitch, handling a tough negotiation.
Or even just improvising dinner when you're missing ingredients.
Right. Woodworking trains you to pivot, to find creative workarounds under pressure. Obstacles become, invitations to think differently.
Now, the source also mentioned something about support for beginners, right? Like those project libraries. Ted's Woodworking was mentioned, I think.
Yes, it noted that having clear, detailed plans can kind of ease you into the problem solving. It reduces some of that initial fumbling.
So it's not about avoiding problems entirely.
No, not at all. It's about structuring the learning. You see common pitfalls, you learn how to approach them, maybe with a bit of a safety net. That builds confidence in your ability to solve the next problem.
Okay, that makes sense. You build a foundation first, so you're better equipped for the unexpected stuff later.
Exactly. It keeps it empowering, not just overwhelming.
Okay, so from problem solving, let's shift to something woodworking seems to demand almost constantly. Patience.
Oh, definitely. In our world of instant everything, woodworking feels countercultural almost. It
Yeah.
deliberately slows you down.
How so?
Well, think about sanding. Getting wood perfectly smooth, that takes time. Focused, repetitive effort,
Mm-hmm.
or waiting for glue to dry properly, you absolutely cannot rush that. Or making precise joints, you have to be meticulous. Millimeters matter.
So you learn that rushing just doesn't work. Quality takes time.
It's a deep lesson, isn't it? The reward isn't instant, but it's lasting.
It makes you wonder, how do we cultivate patience today? Everything's so fast.
Woodworking offers a very tangible way. It's almost meditative. You slow down, you focus on each step, you trust the process.
And then that spills over.
Absolutely. You learn to stay calmer under pressure, resist making snap decisions. You appreciate the process of growth in a project, in a skill, even in relationships.
It's like mindfulness, but with sawdust.
Huh. Yeah, something like that. It anchors you in the present. You breathe through it instead of just racing to the finish line.
And again, does having good plans help here too? Especially for beginners who might get frustrated.
The source suggests it does. Patience gets tested when you're stuck or unsure. Clear blueprints, step-by-step guides, like those Teds Woodworking Plans offer, they remove some uncertainty.
So you can focus on the how, the quality of the step, not just nervously wondering what's next.
Exactly. That clarity lets you settle into the rhythm, lets patience develop more naturally.
Right. And that focus on the step leads perfectly into the next skill. Attention to detail.
Yes. The old woodworking saying, right? Measure twice, cut once, or maybe measure 3 times.
Because being off by even a tiny bit can ruin things.
It really can.
Yeah.
The source emphasizes this woodworking trains you relentlessly. Double-check measurements, understand wood grain nuances, aim for the cleanest cuts, the tightest joints.
It's not about good enough.
Not if you want quality work. It demands real focus, sharp observation.
And what's interesting is how that focus translates, isn't it? It's not just about spotting a gap in a joint.
Yeah. No, it sharpens your observation skills overall. You develop a better eye for quality, a more meticulous approach to, well, almost anything.
So maybe at work, you spot the tiny error in the spreadsheet that saves a big headache.
Or you remember the small details that matter to someone you care about.
Or even just notice the cool pattern on a leaf you'd normally walk right past. It builds a higher standard internally.
That's a great way to put it, an internal standard for excellence. You start appreciating that the small things often make the biggest difference. Mastery is in those details.
And for newcomers, those details can be easy to miss. Does the source say how guides help here?
Yes, it mentions that things like step-by-step diagrams, detailed material lists, like in those Teds Woodworking resources, they help you learn what details matter and often why.
So mistakes become learning opportunities, not just frustrations.
Exactly. It helps you build that crucial eye for detail faster, scaffolding the learning.
Okay, problem solving, patience, attention to detail. What about creativity? Woodworking starts with plans, but does it end there?
Oh, definitely not. The source makes that very clear. The plan is often just the starting point.
The launch pad.
Yeah. Once you get some basic skills, some confidence, that's when the creativity really starts kicking in. Woodworkers start experimenting.
Oh, so.
They might add their own design flair, mix materials, maybe build something totally custom for a specific need or space. It's moving from just following instructions to innovating.
Making it your own. I love that. Iterating, inventing.
And woodworking is such a tangible outlet for that creativity. You start seeing potential everywhere. A scrap of wood isn't just scrap anymore.
It could be part of a shelf.
Or that broken chair isn't trash. It's raw material for something new. Your ideas take actual physical shape. That's incredibly empowering.
Bringing an idea into 3D reality. Manifesting it. That must feel amazing. Practical innovation.
It taps into that fundamental human drive to create, doesn't it? It reminds you creativity isn't just for artists or abstract thinkers. It's practical, it solves problems, and it's deeply satisfying.
And you mentioned those large project libraries, again, like the one from Ted's Woodworking. How do they fuel creativity? Seems counterintuitive if you're just following plans.
Well, the source suggests the sheer variety is key. You're not stuck with just 1 or 2 simple designs. You can start basic, then see all these other possibilities, more complex, more creative projects.
So it exposes you to ideas, techniques, acts as a springboard.
Exactly. It helps you build the skills and confidence on simpler stuff. So then you feel ready to try your own original designs. It provides that breadth, those accessible starting points.
So let's pull this all together. What's the big takeaway here?
The source argues pretty compellingly, I think, that woodworking isn't just about learning to use tools, it's a journey of personal transformation.
You gain patience, sharpen your focus, get way better at solving problems, unlock creativity.
Yeah, and these aren't just workshop skills, they're fundamental life skills. They make you more capable, more resilient, across the board, professionally, personally.
Like, the wood changes, but so do you. A reciprocal thing.
Every cut, every joint, every finished piece. It's building the project, sure, but it's also building you. The creator and creation evolve side by side.
The craft molds the wood,
Yeah.
and the craft molds the person. The finished table is just evidence of the internal growth.
Well said. That's the core idea.
Okay, so just to recap the main theme from our deep dive today. Woodworking. It's really not just about tools and timber. It's fundamentally about transformation.
Right. Every step, every detail, it builds more than just a physical object. It builds you.
And we saw how patience, that sharp focus from attention to detail, the boosted problem solving, the unlocked creativity, these aren't just workshop bonuses.
No, they're essential life skills learned through that hands-on, deliberate process. Lessons learned in sawdust that apply everywhere else.
So, to leave everyone thinking, here's a final thought. What if you consciously engaged with any kind of hands-on, step-by-step process?
Doesn't have to be woodworking. Could be cooking, gardening, maybe even coding.
Right. How might focusing on that deliberate process illuminate hidden strengths within you? How could it build confidence, foster growth in ways you don't expect?
Maybe think about one simple, deliberate act you could take up. Something requiring focus, time, effort. What might that process start building inside you?
The results, the personal growth you find, it might really surprise you.